Welcome back to the program. So first and foremost, I just want to let everybody know that I am still putting some of the best of JBU shows into that category at the top that says Classic Hits JBU Show. I'm only on letter T, and I started at Z, and I'm going all the way to A, and it's going to take a while. But there's already some really, really shocking shows from the past in there, so please check them out. One of the ones that I put in there was the shooting of Lavoy Finicum. If you remember him, he was the patriot in Burns, Oregon, that was unarmed. Clearly, you can tell, at least I think, he was unarmed. And I go point by point, shot for shot, and I show you all 7 shots, and I show you how the FBI and the Oregon State Police basically murdered this guy unarmed. So it's a pretty incredible video. Some of if I don't want to toot my own horn, some of my best investigative work. So check it out, please. I'm putting those up there for all of you instead of having them sit. I'm starting to think that Pam Bondi is starting to actually show some temerity here. And I'm giving her a lot more credit than some people are not giving her credit for. You have had 2 judges arrested in just the last 48 hours. That's number one. Tulsi Gabbard, at the Director of National Intelligence, has referred 3 people already for criminal prosecutions. These are people that were inside the intel agencies. You also have a couple of other people that right now are being, arrested and things like that are involved with fentanyl, that are involved with gangs. They are now going after Tren de Agua. They're going after the gang leaders. So it may not be Adam Schiff, and it may not be, some of these other people that clearly we know need to be prosecuted. But like I said, things take time. And if you haven't read the article that I put on the Substack, I suggest you do. I know some of you have. But definitely read it, because I do believe justice is coming. Mike Davis is an exceptional patriot. He's from the Article 3 project, and he's close with a lot of these folks that are in the Department of Justice and the FBI. He's talked to them personally on and off the record, and he has said that justice is coming. They are building these cases against these people. As I say in that article, though, we have to understand that the first and foremost thing that they have to do is they have to solidify their positions. They have to weed out the leakers and the liars and the insubordinates and all the people that are trying to undermine them. And then, of course, they need to refill them back up with the right type of people. And number one is always going to be, safety. Safety for the American people. So they got to go out. They got to arrest the bad guys. They got to do all those things first before they can get to the political bad guys. But, as I said before, I do believe that the Department of Justice and the FBI are going to come through. Is it going to happen next week? Probably not. Next month? Maybe not. Do I think it's going to happen, though, sometime over the summer or even October or somewhere around there? Yes, I do. And if it doesn't, trust me, I will be one of the loudest voices out there for sure. Banging on it. Let's go. Where are the arrests? Okay? So you don't have to worry about that. We will make sure as patriots that we put massive amounts of pressure to make sure that these arrests happen. But right now, things are starting to slowly move in the right direction. As I've said before, and I said last night, why on earth would we want to have a situation where we rush a prosecution and then some slick defense attorney figures out a loophole and he figures out a way to get these people off and undoes all the work that the Department of Justice and the FBI are doing? So yes, they're going after criminals and gangbangers and fentanyl pushers and pedophiles and all these other things, to make our cities and our country safer first. Then they're going to get to the meat and the crux of the deep state. And I do believe that's going to happen. And quite frankly, you can tell kind of almost from Pam Bondi's attitude and some of the things that she's doing. Number one, the Tesla terrorists, none of them are getting a break at all. They are going full-on sentences. So she's asking for the maximum in all of those, so that's good. But here, these two judges that have been arrested, okay? We'll talk about, which one are we going to talk about first? We'll talk about the New Mexico judge first. There is some really, and I mean really, disturbing information that was found on the phones of these Tren de Agua criminals, okay? Or Agua, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, listen to what she says that they found on the phones of these Venezuelan gangbangers. Unbelievable. Let me make sure the volume's up. Yes, it is. Here we go.
I mean, when you look at the associations with this violent Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and this person that they harbored in their home, he was showing signs through clothing, we were told, tattoos. There was evidence through voice messages and text messages of his association to TDA. So what charges will Cano and his wife face, if any?
So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, got his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he had on a necklace that said kill, something about death. He had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims, decapitated, gruesome photos, and he was sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back saying, hey, you need to be careful, you shouldn't be sending these, you shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these two, the judge and his wife, gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. In the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting. This is the last person that we want in our country, nor will we ever tolerate a judge or anyone else harboring them.
There it is. I mean, you know that I was way ahead of the story, probably about maybe a week to 10 days before everyone was talking about it and it broke. And at that time, I didn't even know. I knew about the guns, but I didn't know about pictures on the phones of decapitated people's heads. I mean, these are the most violent, sickest criminals ever, anywhere, okay? They are basically the same as like ISIS, okay, that go out and behead people and hold the heads up to the camera, right? They're about the exact same thing. So why are the Democrats supporting these people? Why do they want to keep them in our country? Please give us an answer. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But now to hear those types of details, these are the people the Democrats support. This is why I say they're a terrorist organization. This is why I've been saying for years they can never be trusted ever again with national security. And the fact that these are judges, we can't even count on some of the judges in this country that they are in the tank with the drug cartels. What are we, Mexico? I mean, we know in Mexico, the police, the judges, they're all been afraid of the drug cartels. They're basically in their back pocket. They basically run the country. They kill the politicians. They assassinate the politicians that try to make any change in Mexico. Are we the same thing? No, thank God we're not, because we have President Trump, we have Tom Homan, we have Stephen Miller, we have Kristi Noem, we have people that want to actually work on making us a safer country. But we do have these types of elements, sadly, and they're all on the left. You're not going to find this with a Republican judge. Good luck, okay? You're not going to, because Republican judges wouldn't do that. Democrat leftist judges that are looking for payoffs and paydays or Trump derangement syndrome or whatever you want to call it, they are the ones that are doing it. Now, the next judge that I want to talk about is this other judge. Now, this was this lady, who was this woman's name? Let me see. She was a judge. Here it is right here. I got it. It was a Wisconsin judge angrily is confronting, her name is Judge Hannah Dugan. So let's explain this. So she's having a trial for someone that beat people up, and I'll play the clip of Pam Bondi so she can explain it a little bit better than I can. But basically what happened is she then realizes that ICE is going to arrest the person that's in her courtroom that she wants to let back out on the streets. And instead, she then takes the criminal alien and puts him through the back door. That's right. Lets him go out the back entrance to avoid ICE. Can you believe it? These are judges. Now, the left right now is going bat, you know what, crazy. They're saying, how dare you arrest judges? Well, yeah, we're going to continue to arrest judges that are not only not doing their job, but are making society unsafer. Hell yeah, we're going to arrest them. And thank God we are arresting these types of people. So this is Pam talking about this other judge that has also been arrested. So let me get it back to the beginning, and here it is.
And to set the stage for you and Sandra, this was truly horrific. This guy was in court being prosecuted by a state prosecutor for domestic violence battery. He had beat up two people, a guy and a girl, hit the guy 30 times, knocked him to the ground, choked him, beat up a woman so badly they both had to go to the hospital. And John, you know, it's so rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom, you're not going to believe this, takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
I'm flabbergasted. I mean, you got one judge and his wife are literally harboring Tren de Agua, gang members at their house, at their residence, at their property, handing them guns that was their daughter's gun, doing, drinking with them, probably doing drugs with them, doing gang sign pictures and everything else. And then you have another judge trying to hide them from ICE. I mean, what are they going to do next? I mean, seriously, are they going to let out just, mass murderers and things like that? They are the most dangerous people on earth. And yes, the gang members is what I'm talking about, but also the people that support them, and that is the Democrats. These judges need to go to jail for a very, very long time. And it looks like Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice are going to be prosecuting both of these judges. And the fact that they're judges, and knowing Pam Bondi doesn't like to give, breaks in sentencing or anything like that, she's going to go for the full shebang. Whatever the crime indicates from a low to a high, I can guarantee you she's going to be pushing for the maximum. And you know what? She should, and I'm glad that she is. So these types of things, I want to kind of point them out to you because these are why I am starting to think that in the very near future, we are going to start to see the types of criminal prosecutions that we are all hoping for. Now, when they start, I don't know. Are they going to go after Eric Swallowswell? Gosh, I hope so. Are they going to go after Adam Schiff? Yeah, I think they will. I think there's a lot of people, okay? A lot of people that they're going to go after. They may even go after Barr. They're going to go after Comey. I'm almost certain. They already started an investigation into him. They're going to go after these leakers. They now just announced that they're going back to an Obama era thing where they're actually going to be able to go after some of these leakers and force the media to, divulge who their leakers are so that those people can be prosecuted as well. We are trying to tighten up the ship, okay? After so many years of having Biden AutoPen and the rest of these Democrats blow holes in it trying to sink it. So we'll see what happens. The other thing was this. The whole Tesla takedown, no, I don't think so. Not working. Did it temporarily hurt the company? Absolutely. Did the stock drop considerably? Absolutely. Yes, it did. Were there people in his, board of directors trying to push him out and things like that? Yes. Is he going back to working more full time to rebuild Tesla and its image? Absolutely. Yes, Elon Musk is doing that, but he's also not leaving the government anytime soon either. They're working right now on figuring out a way, because he's what they call a special government employee. I think it's called an SGE, and you're only allowed, I think, 132 days to be in that, categorization, whatever you want to call it. So there's ways to change that, and it looks like Elon wants to continue to work with President Trump and the government and Doge indefinitely, and he can do that, but he might only do it maybe 1 or 2 days a week so that he can go back and focus on his other projects. But Tesla takedown campaign falls flat as the company's stock has come roaring back 25% over just the last week. So that is great news as well. And then could we possibly be seeing a Senator Marjorie Taylor Greene? That is a possibility. She is seriously considering challenging Ossoff in Georgia, and she's going to make her decision very soon. But there's one person that she says, if this person enters the Senate race, then she will sit it out. So let's hope that Brian Kemp does not join in the Senate race, because if he does, then she said that she's not going to run, because for whatever reason, the establishment wants Brian Kemp. They think that Brian Kemp is a shoo-in to win back the Senate seat. Maybe he is. I don't know. I would love to see Marjorie run anyway, even if it's just in a primary, to see if she can get that nomination, because I think that she's been a phenomenal congresswoman. I mean, could you imagine how great she'd be as a U.S. Senator as well? So we'll see what happens with that as well. Remember, folks, there are plenty, and I mean plenty, of greatest hits that I have put into the Substack. Right at the very top, there's a big folder, and it says JBU Show Classic Hits. Check them out. Go through them. Some of them you'll even see that I, believe it or not, even had some hair in a few of those videos as well. So anyway, God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you tomorrow for another great video. And I'm working on a couple of pretty interesting things that I'm doing some double, triple, and quadruple checking with my sources on. And those could be very explosive coming up in the next few days. So stay tuned. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.